Ace Frehley.
Eric Carr. We're coming to you from New York, right across Australia.
This is Kiss's Countdown.
And we're gonna rock and roll you all night.
Yep. All right.
Hi, welcome to Countdown, and tonight we bring you a very, very special show from New York, and our host for tonight would have to be the most spectacular explosion ever to hit rock and roll. I'm talking about Kiss. Enough from me. I'll leave it to Kiss to show you around New York. Wow.
Position tonight. In New York, millionaires, lonely people with lonely stares. I'm not looking for love, and I'm lost in this night. In the 19th city, there are 10 million stories. I'm not looking for
Gene, Paul, Ace, and Eric, welcome to Countdown and welcome to Australia.
All right, thank you.
All right, first of all, just tell us very quickly how it all came together with Kiss. Now, it all started in Brooklyn, or the Queens, or where?
Actually, it started in Manhattan. Paul and I started together. It was about 10 blocks from here on 23rd Street in Manhattan. And then you take over.
Okay, we were looking to put together a big spectacle, a big rock and roll band, because rock and roll was going through a phase at that point where everybody was just kind of boring and dirty in need of a shave. So we decided to be glamorous and a big rock and roll band and put on a great show and give the people what they want because we love you.
But didn't you two start, you and Gene start in another band before?
Yeah, but the whole concept of that band was actually, we were looking to develop it into what this became.
Right. So where did you find Ace from, for goodness sake?
I don't know. Does anybody know where we found Ace?
Ace was guitarist.
Where'd you come from, Ace?
Ace, where are you from?
From a different planet. Jesus, man.
We all know that.
No, it's. I have trouble walking on this planet because of the gravity. It's really a rough one.
The truth is, Ace was about the 25th guitar player that walked in, and he was wearing an orange sneaker and a red sneaker. And soon after he walked into the wall, and then we knew he was the right guy.
Okay, now newest member, Eric Carr.
Eric Carr.
Yeah. Let's have a hand for him.
Hey!
Little hand.
Eric, how frightening is it to first of all have to audition to be the fourth member of Kiss? Seriously.
Well,
when you have to face these guys, especially Ace.
Tell us the line that you were going to come on.
What did I rehearse? No, actually, I was really quite positive about the whole thing, and I was really excited. I just went in there and I knew I was going to do my best, and I really relaxed. The guys were really great to me. They really were.
And he was great to us.
We gave him milk,
milk and cookies, and a little dog food.
Eric was so good. I mean, for the first week, though, he did have to wear diapers. He was wearing diapers for the first week. That's true. Other than that, he did it pretty good.
No, seriously, back to the serious side of it. A friend of you, I believe, told you that there was a job offering in Kiss. Had you
This is
actually...
not a job.
Well, no, it's an ordeal like this thing. When the friend told you, had you, I want an honest answer, had you ever bought any Kiss albums?
No, I hadn't.
Right.
No.
You told us about all
You told us he loved
You told us we were the best band you ever heard.
I had to do what I had to do. No, honestly, I wasn't too familiar with Kiss's music, but what I always admired about the band was the theatrical, the whole mystique that they had created, you know, the bigger-than-life heroes. And I always admired them for that, and I really thought that they knew what they were doing.
It's time for the Countdown Chartbusters!
York. Let's get back to New York with Kiss. When Peter made the decision, Paul,
Yes,
made the decision to leave the group, how much influence or how much critical thing did he have when you were auditioning someone to replace him?
Peter at that point was really involved in, getting his own career together and doing his own thing, but he was constantly talking to us at the office and making sure that everything was going smoothly, because it was really important to him that we carry Kiss on without him, because he's a member of the family.
Okay, just before we start anything else, how about you introing one of the biggest songs that we've had over the last 12 months, I Was Made for Loving You.
Big John. Okay.
Now be very serious.
Okay.
Can we come back on this
We
one?
just like to joke around because, we play rock and roll.
I've got to tell you folks, this is a very hard interview to do with these fellas. Right,
Okay.
now could you do this very serious?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, who's going to do it?
Go ahead, you do it.
What song are you talking about?
I Was Made for Love.
I Was Made for Loving You.
He was.
Yeah, really.
Well, go ahead.
I'm getting the job I'm the serious guy tonight. So this is from the last album, and this is the one we were dancing to last year, and it's called I Was Made for Loving You.
Okay, so where did the idea of the entire makeup thing come from?
We always looked like this.
You aren't not.
Oh,
Sort of.
well, kind of.
I think everybody involved with the group wanted to do a theatrical rock and roll show.
We can't get
And I
Bill
mean
Coyne out of makeup.
I mean it.
All right, so many people sort of interpret different things into your makeup. Now, Gene, what is your makeup?
He's
What
a
does it mean?
ballerina.
Everybody's got
to be serious. Come on.
How can we be serious? Are you serious?
everybody's got a very vivid imagination. You kind of get what you see, or you see what you get. But it really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
No,
but
it
what
doesn't
are
mean
you?
anything more than
But what are you?
what am I? I don't know. What am I?
No, but seriously, I mean, like.
But seriously, I am serious.
All right, Paul.
Yes.
The star over the eye. Does
Okay.
that mean anything?
Yeah, I like stars, and I like dressing up, and this is kind of like something I picked off the racks in the local store. I like a good time.
All right, Ace, I dare not ask you, but I mean, apart from the stars in your eyes of outer space and that, what else does it mean, if anything?
Well, I love to play guitar. That's like
That's
my.
good, Ace. We've never heard that.
That's my life.
Very good.
That's my life. I'm a rock and roll guitar player. I like to explode bombs. Star Wars. Revisit it. Have you ever seen the Kiss show?
Yes, I have.
My guitar flies. I explode. It's just like rock.
Yeah, but what do you do? Your guitar flies out of your hands, and what do you do?
Well, I've been practicing. And one day, people will say Ace was a good guitar player.
Ace was a good egg.
Right now,
Ace was a good guitar player.
right now I'm still practicing, but I'm trying my best.
You've taken on the image, at least we'll get one image right in this makeup, of the fox, right? What made you pick the fox?
Well, I dug deep in my personality, and a lot of it.
I like that line.
And it's deep too. And it's deep too.
It's deep, and it's wet.
No, actually,
It's hard to catch.
I've always wanted to be the kind of person that is referred to as a fox, as the term is referred to nowadays, someone that looks nice, fancy clothes, nice looking. And I have a chance to do that now. Plus, I consider myself a sly person, cunning.
In the light of what's happening with Europe at the moment, where they say heavy metal is coming back into vogue, would you describe Kiss as heavy metal at one stage?
I think part of this sound is heavy metal, but I don't think we've ever contended that we're anything but rock and roll.
Right.
Ace has got some opinions about that.
Ace?
No, I just claim my
No, I'm
throat.
asking about heavy metal.
Heavy metal. I think we're.
Iron,
There's a lot
copper.
of different things that are part of our music. We're heavy metal. We're rock and roll. We're Chuck Berry. We're Johnny B. Good. We're Eddie Money. We're Tokyo Rose. I mean, Temptations. I mean, how can you describe
All right.
Kiss?
Did it worry you then, last year, with I Was Made for Loving You, that it took off in such a giant way in the discos?
How can you get worried about having success, I mean, you start worrying when you don't have success. We're a heavy metal band, but heavy metal never really left, It goes through changes and all, but the basic identity is always there. So if it's called disco and you're playing heavy metal disco, it's still heavy metal. We don't worry about that, right, guys?
Right. All right, take Kiss en Masse, the album itself. It's so different from the Dynasty album. Was that purposely done? Well, in my mind. Ace, can you pull yourself together?
I had a cold.
Yes, mate?
No, I had a cold.
Right, okay. Can we ask the question again? Or Ace, could you ask Paul the question?
I can't. Well, what do you think about the Dynasty album between on Lost? What do you think of the difference between Dynasty and Lost?
Well, you see, we don't like to get, I'm trying to be serious, folks.
If you wouldn't
Remember?
mind.
Straight guy tonight. I'm the straight man for this comedy.
Yes, you said that before.
I know, I was just in case you just tuned in. The thing with Unmasked is we were going for a poppier album. You know, we wanted something maybe a little bit lighter, but it's a rockier album, let's say, than the last one. And the next album we do is going to be much heavier, you know. Things go full circle.
Well, who decided, for instance, on the single Shandy to be the first single off the Unmasked album?
She did.
We don't really pay too much attention to that kind of stuff. You know, we pick the best songs that we think we've got for the next album, and then we record them, and then the record company and those people, management, record company, those people make those decisions.
Right.
We don't really get involved with it.
Back in 1976, Kiss released Rock and Roll Over in Australia. However, way back then, there weren't enough Kiss fans around to make this album chart. But original fans will remember from that album, I Want You.
When we go back on camera, I want to tell all the people that over there, that's where King Kong went. That's where King Kong went over there.
It's right over there.
Oh, we're on? Okay. Oh. Anyway, here's a cut off the last album. This is called Sure Know Something. Get out of here.
You're coming out to Australia in November.
And we can't wait to see the Sharks and the Girls.
Right, but what can we look forward to in concert?
The biggest and the best.
The biggest and the best.
Definitely.
Right.
I think, you know, all the excitement and everybody waiting for us, it's worth it. And we're going to show everybody why it's worth it, you know. We're the biggest rock and roll party, and we're the people that are going to unite the world.
Right. I've seen you in so many interviews and read in so many interviews where you have said that you put the fun back into rock and roll. Do you think people take rock and roll sometimes far too seriously and lose
Yeah, I
enjoyment?
think so. I think what we're trying to do is to make rock and roll fun. I don't think we're trying to do anything more than that. If people think that it's deeper than that, it really is their problem, you know?
Right, there was some of the Kiss live footage, and that's the first time ever seen on Australian television with Eric actually drumming his little heart out, all right? When I was with Eric, I asked him if, you know, like, how is he going to cope with the fact that he'd have to be locked away in hotel rooms and what his private life was going to be now that he'd joined Kiss. And actually, Paul Stanley tells us all about the private lives of Kiss.
Well, how much do we put on private life? Well, when we're not doing this, you know, we need a little time to get crazy. Really crazy. This is like sedate.
Well, again in interviews I've read where it's very hard to really find anything that is juicy and gossipy about Kiss that's not in something that you're putting out on stage.
It's hard to get hard.
Tell them, Ace, go ahead.
Well, you know, the best secrets are the ones that we keep secret. You know, there's a lot of... The best things are the things that nobody knows about. We tend to keep the real juicy stuff behind closed doors.
The best things in life are free.
How juicy is it?
How juicy is it? No, actually, we're really four happy-go-lucky guys.
In makeup.
Eric, do you think you're ready for all of this?
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
How did the New York concert go?
How did the New York concert go?
We were booed off the stage. It was a disaster. No.
That's why we're leaving the country.
Great. No.
It was great.
It's our hometown.
You know what's really amazing is that now that they know that Eric's the fox, all the fans now throw foxtails on stage. They
How do you think he got those?
Yeah.
Look.
And his drums, he's collecting foxtails, and they're all over the drums.
All right.
They also
Everybody
throw
to throw
chickens at him.
foxtails.
It's always different playing New York because it's also the place we started. The concert hall we did, this show, introducing Eric to our fans, is also the very first concert place that we played in. So it's really kind of special, you know, from the beginning to end, people are on their feet.
Right.
It's a very, very special kind of place. But I think Australia's going to equal it.
Okay, that's Kiss mucking around. Actually, they did say to me, like, if you ask us to take any shots without your makeup on, or they sort of said if I asked that question, they'd knock my teeth out, like that, you see. Anyhow, no, it leads up to another thing, and while we're there, it took a while to actually get this all together, and I asked them to do some intros and outros and things like that, and there's quite a few goofs that they made. In other words, they're called outtakes, and they're never normally shown on television until you get them right. And they gave us permission to at least show some of the goofs and the fun we had in New York that day. So let's go over and have a look at some of the goofs of them trying to intro Eric to the rest of the group.
You're supposed to say
I'd like to introduce you.
See, you guys don't know the lines. Wake up. Wake up.
Okay.
Right, once
Do it
more.
again.
Hello, Australia. This is Gene Simmons of Kiss, and I'd like to introduce you to...
Paul Stanley of Kiss, who wants to introduce you to Ace Frehley of Kiss. What's the name of the new drummer?
All right. I think his name is, his name is, oh, wait a minute. I remember. His name is Eric Carr, and he's incredible.
Okay.
Now get out of here. That's dirty.
Ready to go? Take 456. Action!
Hello, Australia. This is Gene Simmons of KISS, and I'd like to introduce you to...
Paul Stanley of KISS, who's going to introduce you to Ace Frehley of KISS, who's going to introduce you to...
Ace Frehley of KISS. This is Eric Carr.
Okay.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And cue.
No, come here, come here.
Action!
Turn around. Look, it's rock and roll.
Oh, look, I tell you what, it was ridiculous. Ace just would not stop laughing. I mean, he just mucks around all the time, and his manager was going, now listen here, Ace, and he still mucked around. Anyway, listen, as you know, KISS are coming out in November, and let's have a look at their new tour dates as well, all right? Here they are: Perth, November the 9th, Entertainment Centre; Melbourne, November 15th, VFL Park; Adelaide, November 18th, Adelaide Oval; Sydney, November 22nd, Showgrounds; and Brisbane, November 25th at Lang Park. And there's seats still available at them. The rest are all sold out. Okay.
All right. This is Eric the Fox, and we're going to close the show with Shandy. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody in Australia when we get over there.
When, Eric? When are we going?
In November.
That's right.